if you're trying to build an aesthetic physique, okay guys? An aesthetic physique. I'm talking about Brad Pitt in Fight Club. I'm talking about you have round shoulders, you have visible abs, you have a big back, full chest, right? A beach body. You look great on the beach. You take your your shirt off, you look great, right? I was gonna say terp off, right? That's such a, anyways, hockey culture. Anyways, you look good without a shirt, is what I'm trying to say. When I'm seeing those guys at the gym doing those fitness classes and those circuits, right? Just burning a crazy amount of calories, sweating like they just came out of a pool. Guys, take a peek at those classes. Take a peek at who's training this way. It's never the person that looks like we just described. It's never the person that looks like Brad Pitt in Fight Club. It's never the person that looks ready for the beach. No disrespect. They look a little overweight. They look in shape, but not really. They're walking around 19 to 30% body fat. They have a little belly. They look a little soft, but they're training really hard. And you would say, why? I'm training so hard. I'm putting so much, on the table. I'm doing so much. How am I not looking better? How am I not losing weight? Guys, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. And there's two reasons why. Maybe three, but two main reasons, okay? When you're going to the gym to build an aesthetic physique, again, I'm talking about an aesthetic physique, you need to lift in a way that's to build muscle. You're there to build muscle. You're not there to burn calories. Put that notion out of your head. You're not at the gym to burn a bunch of calories. When I'm working out at the gym, guys, I'm sitting down in between set, conserving every single bit of energy that I have to make sure that I can lift my reps and do my set, full range of motion, stimulating the muscle to grow, so then I can go home, rest, eat, sleep, hydrate, do it again in a few days. And that's how you build muscle and build the physique you want. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with these classes. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with training that way. I'm just saying if you're trying to look a certain way and this is how you train, you're not going to get there. It's not going to happen. And I'll tell you why. When you're training with that much output, you're doing supersets, you're sweating, you're going at a high tempo, right? High pace, you're keeping up with Steve and Heather next to you, right? You're going crazy. You may feel like you're getting a good workout and all that, but the output is so high that when you get out of there, first of all, you're going to be so hungry. You're going to be very hungry. And what do you think is going to happen? You're going to go eat and you're going to blow your deficit out of the water. Your deficit is gone, right? So that's number one. That's number one. Okay, let's keep it simple. You blow your deficit out of the water. You're too hungry for the amount of output that you put out. It makes sense. You can't stay in a deficit. It makes it hard. Now, if you're a type of person that can, by all means, teach me, because that's the willpower I don't have. Like that's very impressive. Very impressive. Okay. The other thing is, because you're training such as a high level intensity with a lot of repetition, and you're doing this 3, 4, 5 times, let's just say 3 times a week, right? It's not something that's sustainable. You cannot do that for months on end. You just can't. It's too much stress on the body. And I'm only saying this because most of the men that I talk to here have a job, have responsibilities. You're not a full-time athlete. I'm not talking about CrossFit and High Rocks people that all they do is train and cold plunges, and they have all these devices and all these products and supplements that you can put in their body. And guys, they're professional. They're doing something very specific. I'm talking about the average 20 to 30% body fat male that has a day-to-day that needs to be, a regular stressful life, right? Responsibility, kids, pets, all that. To train that way and sustain that for a very long time is almost impossible, guys. It's almost impossible. And what's going to happen is you're going to start feeling, a little twinge in here, elbows a little hurting. You're going to get hurt. And then when you're hurt, you're missing gym sessions. Then when you're missing gym session, it leads to poor eating. And then when you're eating poor and you're not going to the gym, it leads to weeks on months not going to the gym and eating bad. You've gained more more fat on your body. You've lost a little bit of muscle, and now it's even harder to go back to the gym. That's the issue. Now, when you remove yourself from the situation and realize, you know what? I love those classes. I like them. Maybe I'll do them once a week. that's fine, as long as you throw them in on days where you're off before, off the next day, you have time to recuperate, you push yourself to a certain, and that's kind of like your cardio for the day, okay? If you're going to the gym to build muscle, like I'm trying to tell you to do, which is the best way to get the body, the aesthetic body that you want, because you have to think about it. We're doing this for a very long time. We're doing this basically forever, okay? Until it's over, right? So because you're doing this forever, which is in a very long time from now, you need to pace yourself. You need to make sure that you're able to show up for your next session. And the only reason you'll be able to show up is by going to the gym, lifting a certain way, not exerting yourself, so you can go back and do it again. That's all I wanted to say on here. So guys, let me know in the comments what types of workout are you doing and what type of sets and reps that you aim for when you go to the gym, and we'll start a conversation there. I'll see you on the next video.